Welcome back. The Bronx Community College's College Discovery Program supports students with untapped potential through additional academic and financial assistance. This initiative nurtures students' holistic development by providing college orientations, tutoring, personalized counseling, supplemental instruction, and all financial support. Here now is the director of the College Discovery Program at CUNY Bronx Community College, Cynthia Suarez-Espinal. Cynthia, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
So, just to start off, for people who may not know, just tell us a little bit about what the program is.
So, College Discovery is an opportunity program. We're at Bronx Community College. College Discovery is actually at the 6 community colleges within CUNY, and then our sister programs are SEEK, HEOP, and EOP in the state schools. So what College Discovery does is provide additional supportive services to students who are both academically eligible and financially eligible. So students in our program are usually coming in from high school. Many of them have less than an 80 average, which is okay. And then once they're academically eligible, we then sort of have to figure out if they're financially eligible. And that's done through our financial aid office with our financial aid liaison. And that's all determined through household income and other things such as that.
And so the program aims to stimulate and support students' growth. How so?
So we have great advisors, counselors within our program that students are sort of designated to assign to from the moment they get into BCC to the day they graduate. So these are the individuals that they go to for whatever question they have, whatever barriers they need to kind of resolve. We are the ones that sort of provide academic advising, provide career counseling, personal counseling, sort of whatever it is that students need to kind of get them through to graduation. Our goal is to get them to graduate, and whether it's to find a job within the city, outside of the city, or continue their education in a 4-year college.
And so you mentioned programs like SEEK, HEOP, EOP, which all have specific criteria for eligibility. Can you speak a little bit about the eligibility criteria for this program?
Sure. So for College Discovery, students have to be financially eligible. So based on the number of individuals in the household, there's sort of a household income that's required. It's all broken down within our website, within sort of the information that's out there. So students who receive, let's say, additional financial support while they were in high school or outside, or just not meeting sort of what we would consider high salary ranges are pretty much eligible. So students within public assistance are eligible. Social Security, they receive Social Security benefits, and then have the income that's designated for New York State guidelines.
Right. And now, how could this criteria target an individual who may benefit from this program?
So it targets, usually, we do a lot of recruiting within our program, within CUNY. So we do go to a lot of high schools within the 5 boroughs. We do sort of invite a lot of high school counselors to campus to sort of let them know about what we have to offer. So students who are interested in pursuing their education, and let's say they want to start at the community college, they want to get their feet wet, they want to sort of really figure out what it is that they want to do, they come to BCC, they start within our program. We help and guide them and get them to the 4-year so that it's not something that is a total shock to them when they get to the 4-year. And a lot of times students, when they first come in, they're kind of like, oh, I don't know, I wanted to go away, I wanted to go to, a 4-year college upstate, but I wasn't sure. So they start with us, and then eventually they end up in that 4-year college within EOP or HEOP or something to that effect. So it's more of getting them comfortable with themselves, getting them through, and starting them off strong so that they can continue their education.
That's amazing. And another aspect of the program is a specific counselor for each student.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about the role of the counselor and the types of support that they offer?
Sure. They provide academic advising, so they help students schedule their classes for the semester. They help students find internships. They help kind of navigate whatever career opportunities, leadership opportunities, sort of you name it, they do. They're the go-to for that particular student or their students to kind of ask questions, get them through, and really open up their eyes to what's out there.
I think that's such an important component. I am actually a recent college graduate, and I was in a program like that where we were given our own counselors in a way.
Yes.
And I feel like without that, I would not have been as successful as I was in college, because when you're in a smaller program, it's much easier to reach somebody and like, hey, and they're able to basically speak to your specific needs.
Right.
And it's like, hey, how can I schedule my classes? And they're like, these are the classes you need, boom, boom, boom. Whereas when you have somebody who they have maybe 3,000 students,
Right.
it's a lot harder. So
Right.
I do think that is such an amazing part of the program.
Yes, it is. It's funny you say that. I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
it's
but
okay.
it's funny you say that because I actually came from opportunity programs myself many years ago. So I was in the HOP program at St. Bonaventure University, and I always say, I say this to our students, I say this like all the time, if it wasn't for that opportunity, that program, I would have never been away at school. I would have never been sitting right here with you. I would have never had the opportunity to really help and support so many students the way I received the help and support when I was in school. So I totally understand.
These programs are so vital. And speaking of vital, academic support is also a vital aspect of this program. So can you just tell me a little bit about the resources available, like the tutoring services?
Sure. So we have tutors within our program. So students in College Discovery get to meet once a week if they need, or even more than once a week, for subjects like math, English, psychology. They can be in high-level courses, lower-level courses. We pretty much have tutors who provide one-on-one tutoring, small group tutoring, whether it's in person or virtual. We also have virtual tutoring available. Students in our program also have academic coaches. So these are individuals who, let's say student is struggling managing their time. Student is struggling sort of trying to figure out how to take notes. Our academic coaches basically works one-on-one with the student to give them the skills and the tips to kind of get through those time management skills, those note-taking skills. We also offer critical thinking seminars. Critical inquiry is what we call it. And it's basically helping students to learn how to annotate sort of text, learn how to critically think when they're reading certain materials. And then one of the other benefits, or one of the other things within academic support services, is our lending library. So sometimes, we all know, well, you probably know more than I do, books are really, really expensive. So we have students who have offered and donated their books to us. So we have a whole closet, couple closets full of books. So when students are having difficulty purchasing their books, we lend them that particular textbooks. It could be for a criminal justice course, it could be for a psychology course, for a bio course, and they'll have it for the semester up until they're ready to purchase their own book or get other materials that they need.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one example of student support. And with that, the College Discovery Program also offers peer mentorship.
Yes.
So can you just tell me a little bit about the peer mentorship and how it contributes to the overall college experience?
So I think it's so funny because our peer mentors, they end up being sort of the go-to to the students, because sometimes students don't want to talk to me or talk to their counselor. They want to know, oh, tell me about that professor. Tell me about so-and-so, because you had that class. So our peer mentors are sort of that go-to for our students. They're just a peer, giving them the ins and outs of classes, giving them the ins and outs of the systems that are used on campus, just so that they have someone that they can go to and talk to, like a buffer before us, in a sense. So yeah, that's how our peer mentors are. They're basically there to support students.
That's awesome. And so with that, I also want to talk a little bit, over the years, the College Discovery Program has demonstrated its success in terms of, student performance, retention, and graduation. So, what do you attribute to this success?
I think it's all about the connections that we make with our students. I think we are a small program, so we know you. We get to know our students. We get to know each other. So we're sort of like the family away from home. We call ourselves the CD family. So come join, our program. But it's that. It's the connections we build. It's sort of the resources we provide to students. It's sort of just having a place where students can just go to and not be sort of a number and get lost on campus, or you know what I mean? So it's that. To me, I think it's the connections and sort of all the resources that we offer to our students.
Yeah, of course. And we are wrapping up. We learned so much about the program in this short amount of time. But finally, I want to ask you, what message would you like to share with prospective students who may be eligible for the College Discovery Program and are seeking additional support?
Sure. So what I would say to incoming students who are looking to join or go to college, don't be scared. Look for what you really have a passion for, what you like, and even if you don't know, that's what we're here for. Come join, come to campus, come talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Once you connect with somebody, that's that person that you can always kind of go back to and get help from. Don't be afraid. So just, take that first step and get your feet wet and kind of explore what's out there.
That's great advice. Cynthia, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information, you can email them at collegediscovery@bcc.cuny.edu and visit their website at bcc.cuny.edu. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open right after this.